All right. Lori, tell us about another movie you saw.
Okay, so this one is it's called Giving Birth to a Butterfly, and it's directed by Theodore Schaefer. This is his feature debut, I believe. And essentially, it is just about a woman who gets her identity stolen, and she goes to the place, or to the address that is connected to where her identity was stolen from. Sounds pretty like, okay, whatever, right? Except it is definitely not. So this, I don't know how, but they somehow made this into like, it's very Lynchian, and it's like a commentary on like suburban malaise and stuff, and but it's very simple, but it's also like there's a lot of the way that it's shot and the way that it's edited. There's a lot of dread and foreboding and like horror to this situation that seems very banal. And it's like, I found that just like really impressive that they were able to do that. And but it is like, I could say I really liked it, but I definitely think that there's like a super heavy David Lynch influence on the film, and that's why I like it. So, you know, go for it as far as I'm concerned. Like but the coolest part to me also is that I really liked the show Friends from College. I don't know if you guys watch that on Netflix or not, but there's a girl. Her name is Annie Parisse, who was in that show, and she is the star of this film. And it's very like I guess when you're used to seeing someone in like a comedic role, and then they're in this very like strange like stylistic drama, or like stylized like weird drama. It's like really kind of jarring thing. And yeah, the whole film is just kind of like jarring. It's definitely like watching a David Lynch movie. You're just like, what? There's more than one set of twins, for example. There's a lot of weird metaphysical stuff going on. It's very strange.
And where was this filmed?
It's a American movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was Japan.
Yeah, no, like if it was, I would scream, but no, it's an American.
It's so much better.
No, but it's an American film. But yeah, no, and it feels very, it's like very American. But it also kind of reminds me of Donnie Darko. I would say it's like a David Lynch Donnie Darko melange.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like that the movie it takes a low stakes idea and brings a lot of high stakes to it.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And I should comment that there's also like there are other characters besides her, and they go into like deep characterization of like her husband, for example, who he thinks that he's a big time chef, but he actually is like the counter guy at a diner. But he's like talking about how he's gonna start his restaurant and all this stuff, and he's very critical of her, and she she like has to deal with that, and they have kids that are about to leave the house, and it has like a lot of very relatable kind of mundane stuff going on, that, well, not super mundane, but like stuff that is relatable, but there's like very ominous tones and weird Lynchian stuff thrown in there, especially towards the end.
So you mentioned two sets of twins, or at least more than one set of twins earlier. Without spoiling, if possible, I want to know what makes the twins so creepy.
Oh,
It's a
Do they
spoiler.
read each other's minds?
Um,
Are they emotionally empathetic?
Yes, kind of, yes. And they they're like these two the main set of twins rather, these two they're women in like their 80s, and they talk like the log lady in Twin Peaks. Like they say stuff that makes absolutely no sense. And another thing that I forgot to mention that makes this interesting is that Annie Cerese's character is accompanied by her son's girlfriend who's pregnant with a baby that's not his, but he's deciding to be the father. So they're like on a road trip together, and it's like that's very awkward too. Like just them being together on the road trip. And yeah.
So, I
All right.
can't
Well,
quite-
thanks.